Indie Mogul.
The Harry Potter fever gripping the country turns out to be a mild case. How sick are we? Let's find out with some movie math. Harry Potter wasn't able to vanquish Transformers Revenge of the Fallen's box office gross as it made just $159 million in its first 5 days. While that's the best 5-day gross for the Harry Potter franchise yet, overall it ranks in 6th place behind The Dark Knight, Transformers 2, Star Wars Episode 3, Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, and Spider-Man 3. Who could guess that Harry Potter would miss the mark? Chima Jason Wright came closest with a guess of $160 million yesterday, while David Neiman made an excellent guess of $155 million on the day Harry Potter opened. Now there was an amazing initial rush to see this movie, $58 million on its first day, which is the second biggest Wednesday opening ever behind Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, $62 million. But then the movie's daily grosses dropped into the $20 million range for the next 4 days, whereas Transformers 2 had a few $30 and $40 million days. It's too early to tell how Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince will do in the long run, but unfortunately it failed to break any box office records on its first round. What did audiences think of the movie? Well, I asked you to rate the movie on a 1 to 10 and you gave it an 8, a whole point lower than the 9 audiences gave it on Friday's episode of Beyond the Trailer. And the chief complaint seems to be that so much of the book was left out of the film. And now for the 1-sentence review challenge results. Here's the top 5, and all summer long, number 1 will be getting a free pair of AMC movie tickets. 5th place goes to the Game Ninja, who says, by the end of the film, Potter's magic manages to make you forget that not much has happened. Meanwhile, 4th place Hairspray Lover notes, as a standalone movie, it's a cut above Order of the Phoenix, but fails to go beyond the book that made the franchise the hit it is today. On the other hand, at 3rd place, Billy Loves Margot counters, I felt the dark tone of the film was perfect not only to exemplify the heightening danger Harry is in, but also the more complicated problems one has as they grow older. Runner-up Quidditch Junkie keeps it short and simple, renaming the film Harry Potter and the Raging Hormones. And the winner of the free pair of AMC movie tickets is iDisney Lover, with the 6th installment in the epic Harry Potter series is an intricate film wrapped around raging teenage hormones, spellbinding special effects, incredible cinematography, and top-notch action sequences, while still remaining much closer to the source material than its predecessors, and is sure to please the biggest fan, or ironically, hater. And holding on to 2nd place for the 3rd weekend in a row is Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Down another 36%, Ice Age 3 is now up to $152 million, but it's made nearly double that overseas, so it has a very healthy worldwide total of $514 million. 3rd place goes to the movie so many of you love to hate, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Falling 43%, Michael Bay coaxed another $13 million out of moviegoers, bringing his total haul to $363 million so far. Having easily conquered this year's box office, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen is currently at number 13 for all-time domestic box office gross. Worldwide, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen has taken in almost $750 million. Damn you, Michael Bay, you make our eyes hurt so good. Elsewhere in the box office, Bruno's numbers dropped faster than his pants as the movie fell by 73% to number 4. Making off with another $8 million, Bruno was up to $49.5 million in 2 weeks. With a drop like that, it is unlikely that Bruno will be able to catch up to Borat's impressive $128 million total gross. Meanwhile, 500 Days of Summer made a very impressive debut. Opening in just 27 theaters, it boasted an impressive 31,000 per screen average. Very, very soon, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to get the break he deserves, and maybe this will be it. I saw a movie this weekend, and I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Give me your money.
Sure. All right, so that's how you do it. I want to thank Max and here for being the volunteer.
No problem.
Take care of yourself.
This weekend I saw Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in IMAX 3D, and that, I have to say, is really the way to see it. Only the first 20 minutes are in 3D, but it was such a wonderful way to watch the movie that my disappointment was palpable when I had to take off my 3D glasses. I hope that Warner Brothers considers making one of, if not both, of the final 2 films completely in 3D. Now, as for the movie itself, let me preface my review by noting that I have never read any of the Harry Potter books, so I can't judge the movie's unfaithfulness to the series. On its own, though, I found Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince to be a very good, although not spectacular, movie. I really enjoyed going back to the world of Hogwarts, but I can see why people say there's so much missing from the book because it feels that way. For instance, I agree that very little attention is paid to the Half-Blood Prince, who is referenced in the title of the movie, for Pete's sake. I don't really think you can leave something like that out. So in my opinion, the plot is the weakest part of this movie. However, the rest of the film, directing, pacing, cinematography, and acting, was quite good. In fact, I'd say the acting done here is the best yet of all the Harry Potter films. With the young actors growing up, their maturity as actors really adds to the quality of the film. Daniel Radcliffe was particularly good, as were Michael Gambon and Jim Broadbent. I also thought the young actors portraying Voldemort were excellent, and dare I say it, better than Ralph Fiennes' portrayal of the grown-up Voldemort. Tom Felton looked cool and seems to have aged the most of all his young co-stars, but he didn't have much to do. So overall, if you enjoy fantasy films, I'd check this out. But if you're not into Harry Potter and the like, you might find yourself a little bored. And if you do see it, it's definitely worth seeing in IMAX 3D. As always, thanks for watching Movie Math, and I'll see you on Fridays. Beyond the Trailer covers G-Force, Orphan, and The Ugly Truth. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some Movie Math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.